How often do you guys come shopping?
Every day.
Every day?
Yes.
And what do you buy?
What don't I buy?
Do you want to pick an outfit for me?
Yes, let's do it.
So,
Are you guys paying?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I love that. Then let's go to Laura Piana.
I think some Celine would
Celine
be
is
good.
cute. You're giving Celine, girl.
Okay.
Let's
Okay, tell me, what do you hate about my outfit the most right
The
now?
logos.
But there is just one logo.
I mean, there's like a million, babe. Like.
Okay, enough of bullying me. Just show me what I should do.
Okay. We'll give you this.
Okay.
I think a big blazer.
A big blazer. This is more like. This is a little more conservative, I feel.
I think she needs conservative. I think that'd be good.
I like the Republican look.
She needs heels.
Save me, Donald Trump.
I don't know.
Please save me, Donald Trump,
I like
please.
I like it. But she needs trousers.
It gives me funeral vibes.
Well, you always dress like a funeral every day.
Yeah.
Black is like my favorite dress code.
Wait, can you teach me how to do a model walk?
Yeah, I got you. Let me see what What am I working with? Oh, okay. That's something. I love the hand. So, yeah, you would definitely not even get past the casting director with that.
Show me how to do it first.
Okay, so we want to be more casual.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, excuse us. May I help you? What's happening?
Oh,
Just filming?
there was so much talk that these two run New York, and guess what? They just got kicked out. From Bergdorf, where they go every day.
Yeah.
Well, okay. To be fair, this was the women's store, and this is on Linda. I don't come here. I go to this one.
Do you want to try that one? Winston, Linda, looking at you, it's almost impossible to believe that you're just 19 years old, sophomores at NYU. So how come you're in New York, and where are you from originally?
We're both actually from Orange County, California, and I guess what brought me to New York was really just wanting to be at the center of fashion and filmmaking, and this is definitely where everything is happening, and I think New York is the best place to live when we're in our, early 20s.
It's the place to be. It's the epicenter of everything. I wanted to come here to expand my network and just eventually make it to the top.
You're a model and you're a business owner, but what are your majors?
So I'm majoring in film and TV. It's my first year.
Yeah, same. I'm first year too, going to my second. I'm majoring in hospitality at NYU.
Are your parents paying for your university?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are, okay.
Fully.
And what is your monthly allowance?
For me, I don't really necessarily have a monthly allowance. I kind of just I don't know, they're fully supporting me. I just can't spend, too much money. But I haven't gotten the letter yet that.
New York is so expensive to live in, especially as a girl, as a model. Oh my gosh, it's so expensive.
Also, I don't know, for us, I think both of our dorms didn't have kitchens, so you kind of have to
we were eating out every day.
Eat out every day.
Every
and
meal.
It's not cheap. Even just getting a pastry and a coffee is what, $15, $20?
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's really hard. It's really hard, especially in New York. It's very expensive to live here. I would say anywhere from $3 to $6K, $3 to $8K a month. Yeah, it's very.
And we're not even
very
paying
easy to
rent
spend.
yet.
Oh, so do you still live in the dorm?
Not right now. I just moved, and she just moved too. But
yeah, I'm paying rent. I'm paying $2,800 to live in a 3-bedroom.
Okay, that's not bad for New York.
I guess so.
I live in a really great neighborhood. I really like it, and I'm moving to Paris in a couple months. So I'm just going with the flow. I like it.
Okay.
I'm lucky. I'm living with a friend, so I'm rent free.
So you played piano. You did as well, right? What other activities were you doing as children?
I was a rower. I played tennis, which
so old money of you.
There's also a huge stigma about rowing and getting into college after Olivia Jade, the USC girl who got canceled. Yeah. But it was one of the greatest sports I ever did because it taught me work ethic. I would wake up every morning at 5 a.m.
Rowing is so hard.
Yeah, and I'd drive to the water. Or I'm sorry, I'd wake up at 4:30. I'd drive to the water at 5. I'd get on a boat. It's still dark. It's freezing cold. I'd work out until 8 in the morning. I'd go to school. Then I'd come back from school, row from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And then I'd have to do my homework and just sleep. And, I felt like I was working a 9 to 5 because I was just busy all the time and I was so exhausted. and it taught me, you know, teamwork and everything. So I definitely recommend doing that kind of sport. I know it's like not accessible to everybody, but it definitely taught me a lot.
It really upsets me how inaccessible it is to do all of those activities because
So expensive.
it's insane. My older sister, she has 3 children right now, and she tells me the prices for private classes for piano or even to send kids to do some sports, it's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
It's so
And
expensive.
I remember my piano lessons, I thought they were like expensive because it was like $1 a minute and I'd have hour
Yeah,
lessons.
same.
But compared to like what I hear my friends are getting charged, like $120 an hour is insane to learn piano. And you know, it's something you really need to do at least 1 to like 3 times a week. And if you're spending like $120 3 times a week, plus tennis lessons are about $100 an hour, plus rowing costs $5,000 per season to do. You have to buy equipment, you have to donate for a boat. Like at the end of the day, like all of these hobbies are racking up so much money.
Yeah, and it's way harder to get into universities when you don't have this background.
This is so true.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time. If I wasn't at a private school doing all of these niche things, I feel like you have to cure cancer now to get into an Ivy League. It's like ridiculous. Like I have friends who are so capable, but they just didn't come from a feeder school and didn't get into because they saved spots and like having legacy. Like if your parents didn't go to Harvard, then you can't get into Harvard, and it's so stupid. There's just this barrier that is so unfair, but I guess that's just how the world works.
I was recently listening to this podcast on how universities select rich kids without really asking about how much you're making. And the way which they understand if you're from a wealthy family, the first one is legacy, if any of your relatives went to this university. Second is private school, obviously. And third is sports, because now it's so expensive to do this.
Oh my gosh, and also one thing I forgot to mention is college counseling and how that basically like helps guarantee you a spot. Like there are certain college counselors that I have I have people at my school who paid $25,000 to somebody that helped them. Actually, I don't know if I can talk about this. I'll just say I had friends who paid college counselors a lot of money to really make them have a perfect application that they knew the school would want because they probably have connections with admissions over there. And there were some people, hopefully they're not watching this, that had no qualification to get into Stanford, but got into Stanford despite having like no APs, not really insane extracurriculars or anything, but just because they knew who to hire for their college counselor, they got into that school. And it's insane.
And somebody lost the spot.
They're taking the spot from somebody else.
My parents actually did that for my older sister. They paid, I think they were telling me, they paid close to $200,000 to help my sister perfect like her essay and her what was it, like the extra essays and just the entire application. And, I mean, she did very good. She went to Princeton, that's her alma mater, and she got into like every Ivy, I think, except Yale.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is like there's just so much you can talk about with privilege in college applications, like SAT prep, ACT prep. Right. I remember I did that for like 6 weeks, and it cost a lot of money. And
an arm and a leg.
It costs a lot,
expensive.
and not only that, but it's really just costs a lot of time too. Like I would be spending like 6 hours every Saturday morning just taking practice tests at a facility, and I wasted so much of my time that I could have enjoyed, and I didn't even submit my scores.
Yeah,
because
we didn't need to, because we're COVID babies.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, so we didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't even need to submit scores.
That's crazy.
So like we got into NYU. Well, I didn't submit scores.
I didn't.
Yeah, so this was just based off my essay.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you write your essay about?
I wrote my essay about my dad. He had.
I wrote my essay about Candy Crush.
So you guys are from California, right? Mm-hmm. Are your parents also from America?
My dad immigrated from the Netherlands, but my mom, she's from California originally.
And my parents are both from China, overseas.
So you know about this aesthetic old money, new money. How would you define yourself?
Well, I'd say my parents are both self-made, so I guess I come from new money, even though I feel like it's kind of cringe saying that. Either word I feel like is kind of cringe, but I don't know, I believe in being self-made, and I think I respect it a little bit more.
Yeah, sorry. I think there's a really big stereotype on new money and how it's trashy, influencers and Lamborghinis and stuff, but I think we both technically do come from new money because my parents are literal immigrants who immigrated here and they lived the American dream, and they like literally started from scratch. So I would say like I'm again new money.
Okay.
And we're proud of that. I think.
Yeah, I'm very
we're
proud to
classy.
say that my mom, you know, works for everything she has and supports the life I live, and
Supports education.
And just because
health.
Yeah, and just because we're like new money doesn't mean that we're like tacky or flashy or anything. Like I don't believe in. Like,
I can see that. I know
Yeah.
that you guys are not.
I don't believe in like flexing what you have and like posting all the lavish things you do.
Yeah.
I think that is something that some new money people do, but it's not. It's a stereotype, and a stigma.
It is a stereotype.
I mean, there's like a million bitches.
I actually grew up very poor. Very, very poor. For like the first like 5 or 6 years of my life, like I was very poor. I grew up in Louisiana, actually. I was born in Louisiana. And we moved to California, and like my mom made it very successful, and then it kind of went like 0 to 100. So I think this like really grounded me, and I think from a young age I like knew the value of money. So like I don't think I spend too lavishly. I think I indulge on experiences. I like nice things, but at the end of the day, I think I really know the value of $1, and I know how hard my parents worked for it.
Definitely, like my parents' business has been doing much better in the last like 5-10 years. And I agree. I definitely know the value of money. I have friends who spend $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 on a table at a club. And I'm like, why would you do that? And you don't even remember the next day.
When you can get it for free.
Yeah, and also they don't even remember the next night because they got so drunk.
Yeah.
I've never spent that much on alcohol.
No,
You just,
but
like,
I
destroying
think
your body.
on a trip, on a vacation, on
Birthdays.
a capsule wardrobe that you're going to wear for 10 years. Like my mom will buy me expensive clothes if I promise her I will wear it for 10 years. And if it's timeless.
That's a good one. So when it comes to dating,
Yeah.
what have your parents told you about what you have to look for in a partner? Is it important for them that they also come from a privileged background?
I honestly feel like my parents are
Yes.
very on the mindset that they want me to be the breadwinner and the person who's very self-made. Like they don't want to give me too much opportunity besides, I mean, obviously going to give me my education, but after that, it's my job to get to where I want to be. And I feel like for them, they really kind of just care about if the person has a good personality and if they're attractive.
If they're attractive.
That attractive that's very important for my mom especially.
Really?
You can't have
Yeah.
ugly kids.
So how does it work? Like you start seeing somebody, do you send a picture to your mom?
Well, I feel like she'll definitely find out about the person and she'll be like yes or no.
What if she says no? Do you break up with that person?
Well, I would just try and convince her, but usually she's very, very stubborn and is like,
Okay.
and then I mean, if I introduce them to her, then maybe she'll decide that they're worthy. I don't know. My mom is hard to please. She's definitely a very, like, she knows what she wants.
And she knows what she wants for you.
She does.
And what about you, Linda?
I can't date. Focus on yourself.
You can't date like until marriage or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When do you want to be married?
26.
Okay.
I almost passed that mark.
It's okay.
I have 1 month left to get
I want to
We'll
be a
find you
young
someone
mom.
right now.
You wouldn't date anybody outside of your financial circle. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Like, I do believe, me as a person, I want to date someone equally as successful because ambition and drive is very important to me. And even though my mom majorly makes more of the money, my dad still is very successful in his own ways. My dad got his master's in the States. He graduated like top of his class at like a Ivy League equivalent in China. He grew up in a household with 8 siblings without a roof in rural China. And yeah, he's a great father, and he's provided me a lot, he's taught me a lot, and he's protected me.
You know, each person brings something different in a relationship. I do think it's important to date someone who has drive and ambition, but that doesn't equivalent to wealth. You know, you can date somebody who is an artist and is amazing and talented at what they do, but they're just not, you know, popular, or they're not selling their work, because it's very hard, especially when you're working in the arts, to make a lot of money and be successful. And it's a leap, you know, of faith into, I don't know, for me at least, like I don't know what my career will be like in 5-10 years from now. I could either make it or I could not make it.
So when you meet people for the first time, what is the first thing you notice about them? And what is important for you?
Notice, well, 1, their face,
Okay.
if they're attractive. 2, what they're wearing. And then, you know, I'll approach them, or they'll approach me. we'll have a conversation, and you can tell if somebody's like, you know, how they hold themselves, if they're educated, if they're not. It's like a whole thing.
Do you approach people first often, or?
Not often. I'm usually introduced to people. Like people, I have mutual friends who introduce me to their friends because they, I don't know, that's the best thing about having a good network is that people will always introduce you to their friends. And I don't know, that's how I've met most of my friends personally.
That's nice. Cheers, guys. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Ah, this is so good. His head hurts when he drinks. He doesn't like to be touched.
I feel like he likes Linda more though.
Maybe. Oh, some chemistry is happening there.
It's like a meeting call. I'd say art fairs are a really good place to meet people. Auctions, gallery openings.
Tonight.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know how to get in there, right? So can we talk about this?
I guess the entry level of getting into there is making friends from colleges who are like studying stuff like Parsons, for example, is a school of fashion. And a lot of people who go to that school get invited to Fashion Week. And at Fashion Week, you can meet people who are like, for example, models, produce, all these types of people, hair and makeup. And then that's how you get an invite to the next one. And then they'll be like, oh, come with me to a gallery opening. And at the gallery opening, you'll meet people who invite you to more and more and more and eventually do that. Another route is you can get a promoter. It's definitely not as an amazing route because promoters do treat people as if they're like, they objectify you a lot. But to something like a club, you don't need a promoter if you're attractive.
It's all about who you know. If you want to go to gallery openings and you want to go to auctions, art auctions, like immerse yourself in the world of art. Like if you want to go to fashion shows, immerse yourself in the world of fashion, like climb your way up, be able to talk to people, be friends with everyone, and then slowly you'll, I mean, it is an exclusive world. That's the thing. Like it's not meant for everyone. It's not meant to be accessible. So you're gonna have to play the game.
Do you guys know what your parents do for work?
My mom's in the hospitality industry, specifically travel, like an OTA. And I don't know what my dad does, but I'm assuming real estate.
Okay.
My parents both own art galleries and are jewelers as well. I definitely know what they do. It's a super fun job, and I really appreciated growing up, around that world because it educated me in art, in the value of precious objects. And when I, meet people or go to art gallery openings, like I have a lot of experience and I know what I'm talking about because I've just been surrounded and immersed in it all my life. And also really, I think that's why I'm in film and why I'm so creative is because I've, always just been around.
You grew up around it.
Yeah, art.
Yeah.
It's super, super cool. And I think that's definitely a thing a lot of privileged people do is like they go to auctions and art gallery openings and I don't know, events. My mom runs the company. She's a great saleswoman, has the best advice, and really has given me so much life advice and life lessons, and I really look up to her, and I think it's amazing to have like a female figure in your life who is the person of like power, I guess, the person who's supporting the family, because it breaks those like gender stereotypes that a man needs to be the supporter and a man needs to be making all the money and taking care of everything. And I grew up with my dad being more the person who like took me to school and, cooked for me and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was like the house husband. It's quite an interesting dynamic, and I'm glad I grew up like that because my mom is very hardworking and she's probably who I look up to the most.
So we just have like more freedom to like do what we want, and we know like if things don't work out, like we have like the net, we have a safety net, and we have parental backup. Like a lot of my friends will have their parents fund their first business, their first like invest in them, and I think that's great that you can do that for your kid. And same for me. Fortunately, like my parents invest a lot in me, in my education. I went to private school, and now I'm like at New York University, private university, and yeah, I'm going to Paris in a couple months. And these are just like opportunities that not everyone has, and we know that.
Clearly, both of you, on top of having wealth privilege, you also have pretty privilege.
I appreciate it.
A lot of people hear about this, but how does it actually feel?
Oh my gosh.
It feels great.
It's great.
It's actually so amazing. Like
Every day is amazing.
We always talk about like the best thing is something that's free. Like
Yeah.
no matter what it is, if you're getting into the club for free, if you have no time.
Pretty privilege is so real.
You
Like,
would be spending way more money in New York if you didn't have this privilege,
Yes.
right?
Oh my
Yes,
gosh,
for
so much.
sure.
Especially as a guy in New York, like going to clubs, they usually charge men, depending on how they look or like their vibe, I guess, anywhere from $100 a head to like $1,000 per person. A lot of times when I go out with some of my guy friends, they make them buy a table if they want to come in the club, which could be anywhere from like $3,000 to $20,000 a night, which is like insane.
You have those special apps, right, where you go and you as a model can get things for free?
Yeah, so I just get like beauty services for free in exchange for like Instagram content.
This girl got her hair done, her nails done, her head massaged for one story on Instagram.
Really?
That was like $400 worth of treatment for one Insta story.
And how does it work? Are you supposed to have a certain amount of followers or?
No, you just have to be pretty. Well, you have to be a signed model with an agency, so you have to have a website and everything. But it's nice because, like, as a guy, I can also do the same thing. Like, I can just eat for free. Sometimes I don't even need a post. Sometimes they just give it for free. Like, we went to dinner yesterday and they didn't even require anything. You don't even have to tip, but of course we tip because it's like the right thing to do.
Do you think wealth or pretty privilege gives you more access?
Pretty privilege.
I feel like it depends like what level of each. Like if you are at a level of wealth where you can like buy literally anything, then that's gonna exceed pretty privilege. But
Then you can buy a new face as well, right?
you can buy a new face.
Yeah,
you can
true.
pay cover anyway. Because if you have like tens of billions of dollars, then what is like $1,000 to go out? You know, like no one cares.
Yeah.
But I do say pretty privilege gets you into rooms. Like, for example, I met Alexander Wang, like, one night. I was just out with some of my modeling friends, and we got invited to go to the party, and I was, you know, partying with other fashion designers, creative directors, people who run magazines, editors-in-chief, all of these things, which I never thought I would do. Like, I was invited to Met Gala after parties and insane things that I could have only dreamed of before I moved here. And it's crazy how fast everything just happens here. Like, I move here.
It's so fast-paced.
I get signed. Like, I don't know. Even, like, meeting you, it's not something in New York, but living here just gives you so many opportunities.
Did people ever make you feel bad about having those opportunities?
Yeah, when I went to my public school, I had to hide my car from my friends because they were judging me.
I used to wear a lot of designer stuff to school. And have like my backpacks were designer and they were expensive, and they would be like, oh, buy me stuff, like, why can't you just pay for everything for me since you can clearly afford it to spend on like a backpack? Like, I'm sure you've experienced that too, like where people just, or even you, like when people expect you to just do stuff for them because you can afford it. I used to love posting like vacations I'm going on, but it's better to just be private about my life so that, you know, these things don't happen to me, and it's honestly safer too.
The most common question I always get on TikTok is, can rich kids be friends with somebody outside of their financial circle? Do you have them? And if you do, how does it usually work?
I definitely do. I mean, I grew up kind of poor, so I do have a lot of friends in like lower financial levels, and I think it's fine. You know, I think I'm very grounded and I'm very passionate about a lot of different things. I love traveling the world. I mean, I just did a solo trip to Italy a couple months ago, and I stayed in hostels, and I met literally the most incredible people from all around the world, and like they're incredible people, and like, you know, I wouldn't trade that for a world. You know, I don't think friendship should be based on like monetary status or like what people can do for you.
It definitely shouldn't, but let's be real. We live in a bubble, because if you go to private schools, the chances of you even meeting people from different financial backgrounds are very low.
Yeah.
Actually, I think NYU is pretty diverse.
It's very diverse at NYU,
Yeah.
but for example, growing up in Orange County,
Yeah.
I went to a really, really nice, one of the best private schools in Orange County, and there was definitely a big bubble there, and it sounds crazy, but whenever I'd go to like my friends' houses, I would even feel insecure about my own financial like background, I'd guess, because I'd be going to people's houses that are like mega mansions that have
tens of millions.
that have like 3 indoor pools, a fleet of Rolls Royces, like insanity, like live-in maids and butlers and all kinds of stuff. And I'd be like, wow, like this is really extravagant. And I'm embarrassed, to even come here. And it sounds so ridiculous because I feel like I find my friends based on like talent and education and if they're personable, not on like who has the most money. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have your parents ever tried to hide their wealth from you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh
How
my
was
god.
it?
They tried hiding houses, cars. I don't know. I think it was like their attempt to keep me humble. I think it really worked.
I really like how my parents raised me. I feel like they raised me to be like respectful and humble
And to
not,
know like the value of money.
and not to expect too much out of people, especially in friendships. Like they shouldn't be transactional.
So you said that after university, your parents would actually cut you off. Do you believe it, or are they just threatening you?
To some extent, I believe it because my sister's 10 years older than me, and when she graduated, they still supported her a little bit. But I feel like they really want me to be able to support myself. And I also have the drive and work ethic that I've proven to them that I probably will be able to support myself. Like I've started doing internships this summer. Mm-hmm. Next summer I plan on working a full job where I'll be paid. And then hopefully I'll have a job right out of college. Because I wanna be able to support myself. I don't want... Right. I mean, they've done already so much for me. They're paying for an education and something I'm passionate about, and they're excited about my passions and willing to pay the NYU tuition, which is not cheap at all. Like it's going to be costing a house by the time I'm like graduated. So I don't really want to cause them any more stress or any financial burdens, and I rather just support myself. And if I need help along the way, I want to be able to pay them back.
Yeah. It's more of like a personal thing too. Like I want to be I want to rely on myself, and I want to be like kind of free, like financially free, and I don't want to like be that child to like kind of have to ask my parents for stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like why not? I mean, there's a lot of time, and I think we're both like very driven. Mm-hmm. I think like being able to be self-sufficient is like one of the greatest.
It's so liberating.
Yeah, it's so liberating.
I'm sure both of you guys are way smarter and more motivated than I am. But when I graduated university, my parents never told me that they would cut me off, but I myself really wanted to start making my own money.
Exactly.
So my first salary back then was $75,000. It was 2019. And I was like, oh, let's go. This is so much. Then I realized that there are taxes, and then I moved to Boston, and the apartments which I liked were more than $3,000. And when I called my parents prior to finding out how much everything is, I called them and I was like, I'm taking everything back. I still need your support. And they never shamed me for this. And the thing is, because they were the ones who introduced me to this lifestyle,
right,
they can't really blame me for wanting to keep it up. So my parents kept on supporting me for the next 3 years. Then my salary was over $200,000. And then I decided that I'm going to quit my job and start this media production. And right now I am 26 and my parents are completely sponsoring all of this.
I say all this that I want to be self-sufficient by the time I'm 22, but that's really not realistic because it's so much easier said than done. But by the time like taxes and everything come through, like 75,000 becomes like 40,000 becomes like nothing. You're in debt now because you paid for your apartment.
And in New York, it's not.
And especially in New York, which is probably more expensive than Boston, I assume.
It is.
Really hard.
Yeah, like I have friends who work multiple jobs to just, pay their rent and to just like be able to stay afloat. And it's just like, it's such a privilege, like, I mean, if I was in that situation, like obviously like I'd work and I'd have multiple jobs, but it's just like, we have the literal privilege to like focus on school and like still like live a pretty like lavish lifestyle. And I think like that's like I'm so lucky, we're so lucky.
I actually had a story where my mom used to be good friends with my music teacher, and the music teacher, she had a daughter. And one time they invited them over to our house, and the girl started crying when she saw our house.
Really?
Yeah, and I felt so fucking bad because like she was having such a great time at our place, and then when she had to leave, she told me, and I was a child myself, she's like, you don't understand where I'm coming back. And I was like, holy shit. That was actually the moment when I understood how privileged I am. Because when you live in this bubble, you think that you go to your friend's house, you stay over, right? And you think that all of them are living this life, and then you see something completely different, and it makes you really question many things. So how did your parents' ambition and privilege shaped how you see your future?
I want to literally create generational wealth. I don't know. It's just like from a young age, I just knew I was like something special.
You are?
Well, I feel like my parents are just both really driven, and I kind of want to take something from each of them. My mom is very good at like selling, and she's very personable and good at talking to people. And my dad, you know, is very educated and spends a lot of time and really values education. And he's always educating himself, and that's something I really appreciate. So I feel like both of their approaches to success really have shaped what I value. You know, I try and learn something new all the time. I like talking to strangers and, you know, meeting as many people as I can and learning from them. And I love having like small little hobbies. Like I also play the piano, and I immerse myself in all types of different art forms, from painting to composing music. And they definitely expect me to be self-sufficient, and I want to give back to them one day and do something special for them, whether it's like buying them their own like house somewhere else, giving them children. I know they really want children. They want them so badly for me and my sister. I think that'd be the greatest gift to give them.
What's your ideal job? What is the modeling job you really want to get?
Well, I want to model so I can network on a higher level with people in the creative industry, because I'm a filmmaker and I want to work in film and fashion filmmaking. I'm not comparing myself to other models because it's not my main thing I'm doing. It's just something I do on the side to meet cool people and have fun.
My dream job is to own a doggy store.
A doggy store?
And a flower shop.
A dog store?
Mm-hmm.
Like that sells dogs?
I sell dogs' clothes.
I was like, I don't know if selling dogs is like ethical.
So how do you find mentors? Because it's so important to talk about this, because what helped me within my career is just having the right mentors. But I think a lot of rich kids just think that they don't need it, which in my opinion is such a huge mistake.
No, yeah, mentors are so important. I'm obviously really young. Like, you have a lot more life experience than I do. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But, I mean, you have a few years on me.
Winston is 19, by the way, guys.
I'm 19. Almost, I'm 20. I'm going to say I'm 20 by the time it comes out. I met my mentors through a program, and I don't know, they always are offering me work and stuff because they know that I'll answer a call and I'll be there for them, and I'll cancel something that's like less important. Like, let's say I have a dinner that just with a friend, I'll be like, well, I can reschedule that, but I can't reschedule when he needs help. Mm-hmm. So I prioritize things that are more important and therefore get better opportunities.
Yeah, that's really cool. Because as I said, I think that so many people, they have this assumption, oh, I will never work in corporate because I'm a rich kid, or I will never need mentors because my parents will figure it all out. But you are only as powerful as the amount of people who know you and who you know and who are willing to actually help you.
Yeah, because you can have all these friends that you think that are so great and so successful and so rich, but if they don't care about you and don't want to help you, then what is the point of having all these friends? I mean, sure, you can name drop them, but if they're not going to be there for you, then, like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Smooth with it.
Thank you for lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so honest, so transparent. It's so rare to actually have this conversation, so I really appreciate you coming here and talking about this. I'm so excited to see what both of you do after you graduate and what you do with your TikTok careers and your social media careers, because follow them, they're growing on it and they're growing really fast. Look at them, how can you not be interested in them? So thank you so much for being here, and it was such a pleasure. So I guess cheers for pretty and wealth privilege.
Cheers! Salud!